Today we're going to be looking at my Acela Express train set. First let me plug in the power pack. I started getting into the habit of unplugging these when I'm not using them because I touched the extension cord that this is plugged into and noticed it was very warm, and that's a huge fire hazard. So from now on I'm going to unplug them when I'm not using them. Anyway, this locomotive is compatible with both a DC or a DCC power pack. Right now I'm using a DCC one. Let's see, 0 turns on the lights. It has directional headlights, and if you change the direction, it switches to the headlights and the ditch lights. Sadly, the ditch lights don't flash, at least not with the decoder it comes with. And it doesn't come with sound either. Wow, it didn't take long for it to derail. Now, when I see people review this train set, one complaint they often get is that it derails when they try to run it forward, or it decouples when they try to run it with the powered locomotive in front and the non-powered car in the back. But I've been having the opposite issue. My issue is if I run it in reverse with the locomotive pushing, it derails. But I haven't had any issues with it separating or derailing when pulling the train. Now, which one of these cars derailed? It's really hard to tell which one derails. Oh, here we go. It's not really that hard to put it back on the track if it derails, but they are very tightly coupled together. Oh man, it separated too. It's weird. I never have this issue when it's pulling the train, only when pulling. If the train separates, it's not really that hard to connect it back together. Just have to find a straight section of track and then just push them into each other. They're coupled a lot like the real ones are. There's a bar that connects them together. As long as it's aligned properly, it's pretty easy to connect them. See? And they snap into place, so you can tell when it's coupled correctly. Yeah, that's not coming apart. Anyway, let's try running it in forward. Alright, it's set to forward now. Oh yeah, I think one of these also brightens the headlights. Yeah, number 1 does that. And you can change the direction too. And this works with DC as well, because when you select the direction, it automatically chooses the correct headlights or tail lights. Now, from my experience, this DCC power pack does not allow it to run that fast. I've actually had better experience with this DC one. It runs at least twice as fast than that, so I'm going to hook that up real quick and show you how fast it runs. Now, before I do anything, I want to show you how well this Acela Express can go over this interlocking switch over here. I first got to move this train out of the way. I think this locomotive also has DCC, but it doesn't have sound, unfortunately. I've been having issues with the couplers on this locomotive ever since I purchased it. several years ago. Oh, there we go. See, here we go again. No matter which coupler I use, whether it's the front one or the back one, it always separates. Come on now, couple. Now it's derailed. Let's try this again. It always decouples right at that one spot. Hold on, let me get the AEM7, because that one's actually better at pulling this train. Just like in real life. Because when they bought this locomotive, Amtrak was having a lot of issues with it, and they decided to just keep using the AEM7 because it was just better. So yeah, I'm going to take the HHPH off of the track. Let's put that in the storage track over here. And get the AEM7 out here. This one decoupled from it too. Oh, it's derailed, that's why. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing coupled. It coupled too hard. Okay, now I just gotta get the rest of this train. Did this coupler break or something? Let's try it again. Alright, that's better. Alright, just let me reconnect the switch. Okay, it looks like it got unplugged. Alright, that should be fine. Alright, now let's reverse the Acela Express. It derailed again. Yeah, it does not like being pushed by the locomotive. And just get it far enough that I can change the switch. And I move this one over here. Alright, which car derailed this time? Might be the same one even. This one's still on the track. Oh wait, I think one of these derailed. It's always somewhere in the middle where it derails. I don't know why. Alright, that should be fine now, I think. Now let's try putting it on the interlocking and seeing if it can handle this curve. That's weird. It just shut off partway into the switch. Also, when it entered this section of the switch, power started going to that locomotive as well. Let's try taking that one off the track real quick. So that power is only going to the Amtrak locomotive, the Acela Express. Never seen that happen before with this switch. Okay, let's try powering it up again. Oh, it made it through the switch, but it collided with the other train. But yeah, it looks like it can make it over an interlocking just fine. I'll see if I can back it out of the interlocking. I need power running to both of these tracks for this to work. Oh, and they both have to be facing the same way as far as the direction is. If one of them's set to one direction, the other one's set to another direction, then it's not going to work. So you need power to both of the tracks that you're using, and they both have to be set for the same direction. Yeah, the power just shut off completely. Did it short out? Okay, there we go. It looks like you need at least half power on both tracks for this to work. Alright, it made it over the interlocking in both directions without any issues. Now let's see how fast it runs on DC. Yeah, that's weird. The switch isn't working anymore. Let me try resetting it. Alright, now it's working. So as you can see, it runs at least twice as fast on DC. I'm not sure if it's the brand that's the issue, but that's the experience that I've been having with this locomotive. I actually prefer it on DC because it runs faster.